everyone, let's talk about something we all struggle with, procrastination. You know that feeling, right? You've got a to-do list a mile long, but actually starting feels impossible. Well, in this explainer, we're going to build an anti-procrastination toolkit with 5 super simple but really powerful techniques to help you finally get going. Ready? Let's get into it. So why is it so hard to just start? It's like you have everything you need, the time, the task, the ability, but getting that engine to turn over feels like the heaviest lift in the world. Look, if you feel stuck, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you it has absolutely nothing to do with being lazy? That's right. This isn't some flaw in your character. It's just physics, really. You're fighting against inertia, that natural tendency for things at rest to stay at rest. So the whole key is just to create a little bit of momentum. And to do that, you need the right tools. That's what we're building today. Your own personal anti-procrastination toolkit. All right, first up, let's look at a couple of mind hacks. These are basically clever ways to trick your brain into action, especially when a task feels so huge and overwhelming that you don't even know where to begin. Technique number 1 is simple. You have to break giant tasks into tiny pieces. Think about it. When you see finish assignment on your list, your brain just panics, right? It's too big, too vague, but look at the other side. Research topic. Hey, you can do that. Write outline. Totally doable. Each one of these little steps is a small win that builds momentum, turning that scary mountain into a simple path of stepping stones. And that leads us right into our second mind hack, which is all about this one little number, 5. It seems way too simple to work, doesn't it? But trust me, this small, completely non-threatening number is your secret weapon for creating that first spark of momentum. So what is the big deal with 5 minutes? It's called the 5-minute rule. Here's the deal you make with yourself. I'm just going to work on this for 5 minutes. That's it. The magic here is that our brains are actually wired to hate unfinished business. Once you start something, even for just 5 minutes, you open a loop in your mind that it desperately wants to close. So suddenly, that inertia starts working for you, and more often than not, you'll just keep on going. Okay, so you've tricked your brain into starting. Awesome. But that's only half the battle, right? Now you have to protect that fragile new momentum. It's time to become an architect of your own focus and literally engineer a space where you can actually get work done. So technique number 3 is to be absolutely ruthless about eliminating distractions. Your ability to focus is a limited resource, and every single notification, every open tab, every bit of noise is draining it. You know the usual suspects, so get proactive. Put your phone in another room. Use an app to block social media. You have to make focus the path of least resistance. Now, our 4th technique builds on that idea of focus. It's called the Pomodoro method. Instead of trying to grind for hours and just burning out, you work in short, intense bursts. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and for that time, you give one task your undivided attention. Then, and this is key, you take a 5-minute break. This whole cycle keeps your brain fresh and makes work feel like a series of quick sprints instead of one endless marathon. We've covered getting started, and we've covered staying focused. Our final tool is all about motivation. This is how you stop pushing yourself to work and start pulling yourself toward the finish line by giving your brain something to look forward to. And that brings us to technique number 5, the incredibly powerful if-then-reward system. It all starts with the if. This is the thing you have to get done, the task you've been putting off. Think of it like the gate you have to go through. To get to the then, the fun part, the reward. By linking something you want to do directly to something you need to do, you're creating a powerful pull. You're giving your brain a very real, very positive reason to get that task done. It's not a chore anymore. It's a mission with a prize at the end. And there you have it. You are now officially equipped with a full toolkit to fight back against procrastination. So the only question left is, which tool are you going to pick up and use first? So let's do a quick recap of your new toolkit. You can break down those giant, scary tasks. You can use the 5-minute rule to just start. You can eliminate all those distractions to protect your focus. You can use a timer to work in focused sprints, and you can reward yourself to stay motivated. See? None of this is rocket science, but when you put it into practice, it's incredibly effective. So I'm going to leave you with this one last really important question. Right now, what is that one thing you've been putting off? What tiny piece of it can you work on for just 5 minutes as soon as this is over? Because the real power isn't in just knowing this stuff, it's in actually doing it. So go on, start your timer. You've got this.